Big up, everybody. Good night, good evening. It's your boy, Market MUFC fan. What is going on? Friday evening, everybody's out, about to get some drinks, probably enjoy the evening, relax and kick back from a long week of work, frustrating themselves about Manchester United. And not only that, but the international break. A lot of fans might be disappointed. I heard England lost. Well, I'm disappointed. Trinidad drew. Yeah, man, it's not been so good. But guys, we got stuff to look forward to. All sorts of good things to be look to had. You know what I mean? Next week, more international games as we ramp up to the weekend where we get to see United play again. And that's where the fun is. You know what I mean? And guys, there's been lots of reports, stuff about Mazarawi, other players being out, Mason Mount, the likes of Yenny Loro, back in training. He's not going to be back this month, but he will be back next month. So that's good news as well. There's other news to be had. Let's talk about some news that's going around the clock. But first, big up to each and every one of you. Luman in the building says, no, Mark, no. United, we don't stand. We are not united on ETH. We are divided, by the way, ETH in and ETH out. We are also not united on Ineos. Some trust them, some don't. We are fools. Yes, we are. Well, bro, I don't even know. Man Lutata is saying, let's get to 2K subscribers. Come on, guys, share it around. Let's go. Big up to Man Lutata in the building. Big up to Stephanie Griffith as well. United, we love. That's 100% the truth. Glory, glory, Frank. Big up to you, Frankie. Glory, glory, Man United. Hope you're well this evening, buddy. Let's bring some information to the stage. I thought it was pretty interesting to talk about some of these things tonight, because it was some good news and we do deserve some good news to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Some good things. Andre Onana, top of the list right now. Good performances so far. 4 clean sheets so far out of 7 games played in the league. And he's at top most clean sheet of everyone. And he receives the Premier League save of the month. Would you guys say well deserved from Andre Onana? I would say so myself. What are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. I think that's definitely a positive to be taking going forward. This time last season, he was not performing this well. In fact, we were conceding some of the most goals we ever conceded and shots on goal. So I think this is good news. You know what I mean? Something to take. A small mercy. You know what I mean? In the start of a bad season, hopefully we could turn things around, and I'm looking forward and hoping that Man United can turn things around. And in with keeping with this, there's been some reports coming out. Bruno Fernandes makes a damning admission on poor Man United form, specifically squaring the blame on himself for his role in underperforming, and not only that, not leading the charges in the best possible way in games, during games, and keeping responsibility for the performances, admitting that we should have scored way more goals. He should be performing way better, more disciplined on the pitch, and should be serving as a better example for the young players that play alongside him in the team. And I think that's really, really good. Big up to Luan France. Hope you're well. Big up to you. And I think that's really good from Bruno to come out and admit that while it's left to be seen, we have to see his performances reflect these words. I think it's a good admission from the captain. You could always admit that you're wrong and work to be, better than you were from the start. So I would say hats off to the captain, admitting his faults. Lots of the fan base criticizes him for, his inability to be a top captain in the league and his performances so far. So you know what, guys, maybe he does need to come out of the team for a little while and rest so he can reflect, you know what I mean, and come back in and provide some performances that we know he can. Meanwhile, there's some other reports coming out right now. My buddy Timber Banks was supposed to be here, but he's not here yet, so I will save one of those reports for him. Into more interesting and better news, I have to say I'm pretty much interested in this piece of information that we're having right now because you know what? It says that something that I think all of you were worrying about, that is good news to be had. Kobe Mainu is set to sign a new long-term deal at Manchester United to keep him at the club for the next 5 to 6 seasons with an extension. That's going to be very interesting. I would love to see this deal done, see him signed, know he's secured, and we don't have to worry about any encroachment from other clubs. Also improve him based on salary, based on his performances last season, he does deserve a little increase, you know, but he also needs to be managed well. Big up to Dark Road. The more Nano says, the longer ETH stays. Is it an ideal situation, Markin? Well, bro, I think, you can look at it as a positive because if he keeps saving and we start scoring goals, we might start winning. And if we start winning, bro, and it gets to like some consecutive wins, maybe you might want him to stay as well. Let's see. He could still prove you wrong. The season is still young. There are 31 more games left in the Premier League, and there's more games to be played as well. I'm quite optimistic about it. I know it has not been great, but I'm looking forward to improvement. Big up to Box. What's good, broski? Hope you're well. Some nice little information in the building. If you guys want to call in, let me drop the link in the comments. I'm not going to stay on too long. I wanted to come on earlier, but a little stuff kept me back. And, I don't know how long I have, and I don't know how long you guys might want to be here. You might want to go out and have a good time after a long, hard week of frustration and work. So I cannot blame you guys. But do me a favor, guys. Please smash the like, subscribe, share it around while you're here. Do help the channel grow. It really helps a lot. Thank you so much in advance. Big up to all of you coming in. And let's get into the next story, and it's about Cheeto Obi Martin, guys. Cheeto Obi Martin is said to be, a matter of we're going to take our time with this youngster, guys. I know I don't have the actual photo here for you, but there's a little bit of a report from in Carrington, and it's just the picture here, and it said that Manchester United plan to be patient with Cheeto and give him time to fully adapt and get comfortable before they thrust him into the first team. However, I think, like myself and a lot of fans, would definitely like to see him come into the Carabao Cup teams as well. Big up to you, Frankie. Glory, glory, Man United. Big up to Stephanie in the building. 11 likes. Joshua Zirksey. Hopefully the talent could come and, he gets that sharpness and match fitness. He's been finding a lot of chances, a lot of positions in front of goal, good positions, and have not find that finishing touch after his debut game. Hopefully Joshua Zirksey can surprise us all, you know what I mean, with some better performances and score some goals. It would be nice to see. I would definitely be looking forward to that. He must have had quite a little bit of a difficult time dealing with not being able to finish and now moving into a brand new house, brand new country, brand new league, brand new team. Lot of media pressure. But big up to Joshua Zirksey, guys. Send your love out to these players who are new to the club. Make sure that let them know that we are behind them. The seniors, well, they already know how we do as United fans. They need to do better. But the new guys, let's give them some love and show them some vibes. You know what I'm saying? On to some more pressing news. I'm not sure some of you might be liking this bit of information, but Christian Eriksen confirms he has no plans to continue with the Red Devils beyond this season. He's going to be looking to be moving on. I think he should have just took a contract this summer and move on, not run his contract down the final year. But who's me to say that? He has been one of our best performers so far in the season. And if he doesn't want to continue, I'm not going to be mad at that. I think that's going to leave room for the likes of Manu, Dan Gore Jr. to come into the team, get more minutes, probably, display the talent that we know they are to be, and find themselves in a regular starting position. I think that's interesting. To be fair, what are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Big up to Matata United coming in. Marken, how much should Manu be given per week to keep him humble? I think somewhere between 60 to 90K. He's currently on something like 30, I think, is the youth salary that they bumped up last season. I think maybe something like 60 to 90K a week should be good. You know what I mean? I think he's a very good performer. And I don't think really, I'm not too sure, maybe 60. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I feel like if he has the right people around him, parents or advisors, I don't think the amount of money should do anything more than be a boost to his confidence and to let him know that he's worth a lot to this project. So for me, I think regardless of the money that they are being paid, they should be, dedicated to playing for the badge every time they step onto the pitch. I mean, we're Manchester United guys. We're not some small team with no European heritage or no heritage at all. We are one of the greatest most storied clubs in the world football. Hated, adored, but never ignored. You understand? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe 60 to 90K, somewhere there, I think should be fine for the youngster. Shay, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here and get marked to 2K subscribers. Big up to you, Shay Arsenal fan. And guys, don't forget to check out possible outcomes with, well, it's not going to have any. It's no Premier League. Keep forgetting, but it's definitely going to be having happy hour with my buddy Pappy on the football hour later on tonight. We'll definitely be checking that out. You know what I mean? I just wanted to come on, give you guys a little bit of info. Was hoping that some of my buddies would have came in, but maybe that because I was late, they aren't able to make it at this current time. Guys, what some other reports coming in is that Manchester United are very much considering to bring Alvaro Fernandez back to Manchester United. It's going to be very interesting to see what if that is done, and we are set to face competition from Real Madrid. As you can see, currently on transfer market, his value has quadrupled tremendously. You know, he went there for 6 million euros and has been performing consistently since breaking into the first team, proving that he is one to watch on the European stage. With Manchester United, Barcelona, and Real Madrid also keeping close eye on him, his journey from loanee to first team regular underscores the promise he holds for the future. The dynamic left back has a return buyback clause with Manchester United. So although he is rated with a 50 million release clause, Benfica has placed their faith in his potential. But that is not going to affect Manchester United. For the likes of opposing clubs, they are going to have to meet that figure. But United has a buyback clause to bring him back home. It was one of those situations where he was unable to be kept at the club. Previous decisions made before the arrival of Ten Hag were already set in motion, and the manager was not able to keep him. It was one of those things. But we are definitely looking at this youngster and his improvement, and are considering making a January offer to bring him back to the league. It's going to be very interesting to see if Manchester United could get this job done. I don't know how you guys feel, but it's something we should have been doing a long time. Letting him go was definitely a huge mistake last season. Get him back ASAP, especially 100% Stephanie Griffith. I think it was an ultimate mistake made by the those above, not keeping him and allowing him to leave the club. Big up to Box. Yeah, about 50K a week sounds about right. You know what I mean? Somewhere around there is good. I think, that should be good. Hypothetically asking, how much does Anthony deserve per week for his performances so far? Well, bro, to be fair, I don't think we could really have that discussion. I would have said, he shouldn't be getting anything more than 50, 60K per week. When we bought him from Ajax, realistically, he was somewhere on 20 to 25K there. So doubling it, or maybe even something like, maybe almost triple would have been a good salary for the guy. He does come to play for United, but what he's on right now, I think that's a lot of money. I would not have made that deal. Yeah, we should not have loaned Alvaro Fernandez at all. We should not have sold them 100%. Big up to those of you smashing the likes. Yeah, we do have a buyback clause on Alvaro Fernandez. I think it's somewhere in the region of 12 million euros. We did sell him for 6 and was able to negotiate that buyback, but there's also a very nice profit in the sell-on clause that's also installed. So it's going to be interesting to see how it is. You know what I mean? And that's for Alvaro Fernandez, guys. To be fair, he's one of those players that I think we should have never let go. Also Mark Jurado, another young talent that could have played both left wing and right wing. But unfortunately, these young talents weren't able to get loans to help their development. To give them more of that experience at the highest level. And Manchester United didn't have the facilitation to keep them in the squad and give them the important minutes that they were asking for. So this is one of the reasons where, now I think we are going to be working harder to do a better job on that going forward. And as you can see with the arrival of Ten Hag, especially this new structure, a lot of our young players have been going out more and more on loans, which allow them to be seen and allow them to develop a lot faster. So I think it's a good thing. And guys, it's one of those things. It was supposed to be a call-in show. I thought more people would have called in, but it looks like everyone is enjoying their Friday, as I hope they would be. So I'm going to keep it pretty short, and I'm going to say good night to all of you. And we will be back in the morning. We will be talking some, possible scouting young players around the league, the likes of Chris Riggs and those who are Manchester United possibly looking at. That's going to be the discussion in the morning. And if you guys are interested and you have any players that you might be, interested in hearing about, leave it in the comments and I will definitely bring you a report on them. I see Stephanie is talking about Shea Lacey looking good after his return from injury. He is looking dynamic right now. Not to mention just Shea Lacey, Stephanie, but Dan Gore Jr. has been immense in his cameos for the United under 21s and under 18s in the last few weeks. And I'm liking the look of his comeback from that major injury he had last season. Him and the likes of Shea Lacey, our future is looking bright. Guys, I leave you with that. Have a brilliant night. Be safe out there. Don't forget, stay safe. See you in the morning. I will be on probably around 9 or maybe 8:30 a.m. UK. So big up to all of you guys. Catch you guys later on. It's been your boy, Mark at MUFC Fan.
Baby.